Should we start the podcast?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Welcome, everyone, to the podcast. To the Preacher and the Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the
Sellers.
Pick and Save Studios.
We still need to work on that.
Yeah, we need a corporate sponsorship. So we're back here, and it is week 4 of the college football season. I'm the Preacher.
I'm the Prodigy.
And we're picking games against the spread as we always do. Right now, my record on the season is 15-0, or something.
We're both 5-5. You can relax.
We're both 5-5. Okay, so we're in a similar position, dead even against the spread. We're going to pick a couple of good games. Finally, a week with interesting college football.
Yeah, I saw a stat that said for the first 3 weeks of the season, there's been only 3 ranked versus ranked matchups. This week alone, it's going to have 6. So it's going to be one that you'll want to focus your attention on the screen the whole day, particularly probably the latter half of that.
Okay, let's go. Jump in. Game
All right,
number 1.
Game number 1, we're going to go to the Death Valley Clemson Tigers, where they're visiting number 14 in the country now. Florida State, looking like they did with Jimbo Fisher, is going to come. Preseason, this was like, oh, this is going to decide who's going to win the ACC. Now, Clemson has kind of gone down the beaten path, and now
What's our line?
line is going to be Seminoles -2. This is a noon game.
Seminoles -2 on the road at Death Valley. I'm a believer. I was at the beginning of the year. I'll take Florida State, and I will lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I do not think that Clemson is the better team, and even at a home game, I think that Florida State's just way more talented.
They just seem like they've got it together this year. That LSU win is aging nicely over time after LSU's bounced back against Mississippi State. Kicked the teeth in on Klanga last week, and LSU knows what they're doing, but they did not look good against Florida State. Jared Verse now up to a potential number 2 overall pick, according to some drafts. So, and of course, Hunter, or Jordan Travis rather, and Johnny Wilson, just some of those guys on the Florida State, just take up ballers.
Their skill position is just incredible.
Run 3 or 4 different tailbacks out there. We'll both take the Noles. Game 2.
Game 2, down to Tuscaloosa. Ole Miss at Alabama. Tiger favored -7. This is interesting. I think most of these points are given because it's a home game. I really think that this
didn't help them against Texas.
Be a lot close. Yeah, I really think that this is a neutral field. This line might be pretty much dead even. I think I'm going to take Ole Miss. I'm way more confident in what Ole Miss can do than what Alabama can do. Not really even confident in who their starting quarterback is, even though they named it. They're still not sure. They just don't really believe in anybody. And with the way Lane Kiffin plays his offense, is really balanced, got a great rushing attack. I just don't see a way in which Alabama will be able to keep up with Ole Miss in this game, even though it's going to be a tough road test for the
What do you mean by
Rebels.
You're saying
Give me Ole Miss to win this outright.
Ole Miss to win the game.
Yeah, give me Ole Miss to win this outright.
Wow, that's a lot of disrespect to put on the GOAT, Nick Saban. I'm going to go Tide on this one. I think they're getting a little chewing from Nick Saban after that Texas debacle. I don't think Ole Miss is anywhere near as good as Texas. I'm going to Alabama, and I'm laying the points.
Right. Alabama had a close game with USF until about maybe mid-third quarter. So I think that does not strike fear into me to pick the
Alabama doing it with defense.
All right, game number 3, another afternoon game. Oregon is hosting Colorado. This game is going to be fun to watch for sure. Even though Travis Hunter is going to be out, this game is going to have fireworks
21
the
points
the Ducks are favored by 21. I think it's your turn to pick this one, but this is a huge line.
Hunter out. Austin is a terribly difficult place to play. I would feel more comfortable at 17, like 37-20. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna take the Ducks. I think Colorado's defense is suspect, I just think that Colorado, without Travis Hunter, I'm gonna go Ducks. It's a huge number. But could this game be 44-20? Absolutely. I'll take Quack Quack. Ducks at home.
Yeah.
I hate giving away that many points, but
that's tough when the best player on your team is out. But, we look at Colorado and we see a Hollywood show. But what we don't really see is we don't focus on the fact that they had to go to double overtime to beat Colorado State.
At home.
They was close with Nebraska most of that game. They barely beat TCU, even though that's a road.
It wasn't close with Nebraska in the end, but...
But just the fact that, it's a great Deion Sanders whole family show, they really are not... They're not showing out. And I think that Oregon is averaging, what, are they number one scoring offense in the country after dropping 100 to Portland State or whatever?
84.
Yeah, I really think that the Ducks will have a comfortable time winning this, but 21, like you said, is a huge line. I'm probably going to pick Colorado, but I still think that it could be a 52-35 game. Ducks win this pretty comfortably, but, just never quite just put the nail.
Scoring 35 points at Austin Stadium would be a pretty significant achievement. College football is a long season, and there's a pretty good chance that, middle of Thanksgiving season, 25th, 30th of November, we'll be saying, remember when Colorado had everybody's attention because they may have really kind of geared down significantly once they started playing some of these big games against conference opponents. That may or may not happen. I guess we've already doubted Deion to our own peril already, but I think that's very possible. I think that this is the week that he has to really start to handle adversity, not only on the field, but off the field with some guys, lost. So I'm going to go Oregon big.
Right, we disagree. Fourth game, going to go to Happy Valley, the annual whiteout, night game, CBS. The visiting Iowa Hawkeyes playing the Penn State Nittany Lions. Lions are favored by 15.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is an interesting line. Again, another home field, huge advantage. It's so hard to win in the whiteout for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Iowa hangs around. They don't let you get away from them very easily. It's always 27-13 at the very worst for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what to pick. I think that Iowa's defense will be able to hold Drew Aller after he came back down to life against Illinois last week. But then again, I don't see Cade McNamara really ever getting this offense going in that kind of environment against that kind of defense. So give me Penn State to win this game, probably along the lines of 24-6. Penn State wins this game. Low scoring, but Penn State just makes a few more plays that turn into more points.
So you got Penn State to cover as well.
Correct, yeah, Penn State to cover.
I'm going to take the Hawkeyes to cover. That's a great line. Way to go, Vegas. That's a stumper at that number. Iowa's looked better at times, but now Luke Lachey is apparently done, perhaps for the year. So it's going to have to be the Eric All show. Their freshman tailback, though, has Johnson, right? He's looked good. And Norm Parker knows what to do in games against strong rushing attacks. Phil Parker, excuse me. Phil, and will, I think, just kind of play that containment sort of a game that will slow down, make Penn State drive the field at 3 and 4 yards of play rather than 13 and 14. Keep everything in front of them. So I'll take Iowa to cover. I don't think Iowa's going to win, but I do think that a 21-10 type game is very probable here. So I'm going to take the Hawks and the points.
Yeah, I just find it really hard to see. Even after they dropped 41 for the first time in millennia last week.
There's probably going to be a defensive touchdown in there, a safety. Something like that. Make it 21-12 with a safe touchdown, one field. But
six safeties.
But for all the hype of these great Big Ten tailback tandems, Corum and Edwards not really off to the fast start we thought.
No.
Same thing with Singleton and Allen. they have not set the world on fire the way a lot of people predicted that they would. So I'll take Iowa in this one.
Yeah.
So we disagree yet again.
Yeah, fifth and final game to South Bend, Indiana, Ohio State at Notre Dame. This is just the prime time, the first legitimate big game besides maybe even bigger than Texas-Bama. This is two powerhouses coming together. Buckeyes are favored by 3 on the road. That's interesting in my mind, but I don't know, you got to pick this one first, do you?
Yeah, to me, Ohio State, we talked about this, kind of maybe just playing with their food a little bit in these first couple of games. I'm on the Irish for this one. I think Notre Dame wins the football game. I think Notre Dame is a lot, in terms of its construction, like Michigan. They're going to rely on some big, burly tailbacks, a good, precise passer, and their defense. Do they have people that are absolutely going to lock down Egbuka and Harrison? No. But I think that the atmosphere, sitting in front of touchdown Jesus there is going to be really intense. I'm going to take Notre Dame not and the points. I'm going to take Notre Dame straight up.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be really tough for Cal McCord to go into South Bend as his first true road, just crazy environment test, and we haven't really seen him. I mean, I guess last week he played pretty well, but we haven't really seen him go crazy for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns on 85% completion percentage. So give me Notre Dame. I probably at the beginning of this year I probably would have picked the Buckeyes, but with the way Notre Dame's been playing lately, Audric Estime is so far the best running back in the country, and Sam Hartman, we know what he can do. I'm going to take Notre Dame to win this game as well. Probably 31-27.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if Notre Dame won relatively comfortably. I just kind of have that thought of, remember Ohio State went on the road to Purdue a couple of years ago at night, and just, all the energy around that stadium. There was that one kid from Purdue who ended up dying, the kid with cancer, but he had jacked up the crowd. And Ohio State just didn't know what to do when they weren't clearly in control. And when they lost control, and we've seen this against Michigan the last couple of years, when they lose control, they don't get it back very well. Now, I'll grant you the Penn State game last year, they did that a little bit on the back of an incredible individual performance by JTT. But I think that Ohio State may get behind in this game. They might panic a little bit. They might, just start playing outside of themselves a little bit. I think Cade Stover's going to have a big game in that environment. I think that Mayan Williams and Travion Henderson are going to have to quiet the crowd down. I don't expect MH Jr. to just blow up in Notre Dame Stadium.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Notre Dame.
Again, it's hard with a new quarterback trying to break it in. If it was Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, somebody that hadn't passed, that might change our picks. But,
I didn't just think the intangibles. I think Marcus Freeman played Ohio State really well last year. And as a former Buckeye linebacker, I think he wants this game more than Ryan Day wants this game. So I'll take the Irish.
All right, we agree.
All right, so a great slate of games. We'll be chilling here. No cross-country meet for you this week, so we'll be just sort of vegging out, watching college football. We've got some family here. And right outside of the Pick and Save studios, we have the Command Central for watching games. So sometimes we'll have to do kind of like quick live stream, Preacher Prodigy, of us watching games. And
TikTok channel,
But so it'll be a fun weekend, and actually even starts. I don't know who's playing tonight. Who's playing tonight? But
it's a Sun Belt game, I think.
Okay, but tomorrow
Sun
night,
Belt, Fun Belt.
Tomorrow night, our new hometown Wisconsin Badgers against the Purdue Boilermakers under Ryan Walters. By the way, we'll just make this a bonus pick. Doesn't count. Who do you think wins that one? New coaches on both sides.
Yeah. Badgers.
I think so too. I think the Badgers look like at this point, they look like the best in the Big Ten West. But again, that division is always so up and down. All right, till next time, yo estoy the preacher.
Prodigy.
And peace. Peace to your people.
Deuces.
Deuces.